I'm Kat Simpson, and I've been a travel agent for a little over a year, a little over 2 years actually. So it seems like everybody is out there doing coronavirus videos, and I am not a doctor, I am not a nurse, and I don't play one on the internet either. I am a travel professional, and so I thought that maybe I could contribute to this discussion from my expertise and try to help calm what's going on out there. So I understand we just got done with a message from the White House. I've just listened to part of it, and I hope you have too. First of all, what I want to talk about is that this is neither one nor the other, okay? We seem to be hearing two extremes on Facebook and on YouTube and in the news. We're hearing the people that it's no big deal, it's just like the flu, stop canceling stuff, let us cruise, it's not a problem. Then we have the other side that seems to be saying it's the end of the world as we know it. And there's a song in that. The zombies are coming. Stock up, people. So always, always the truth is somewhere in between those extremes. It's not just like the flu. It's different. But it's not going to be the end of the world either. So I just want to encourage some common sense and some stepping back and taking a deep breath and looking at what's going on out there. Where's my phrase? I found a quote that I really like that I put out there today. It's by Anne Margaret MacDonald, and it says, "Depression is anger slowed down." So slowing down your anger can lead to depression, but panic is grief sped up. So think about that. Kind of makes sense, you know. You're speeding up your grief. In other words, you're grieving over something that may not happen. So you're turning it into panic. So if that helps anybody, I hope that you'll take that. Panic is grief sped up. So let's not do that. Now, again, like I said, I got notes because it's important. It is usually somewhere in the middle. And part of being able to decipher what's real and what's hype and what's fake is knowing what kind of sources you can trust. So again, like I said, I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to give you medical advice. You should be getting that from the World Health Organization, the CDC, and if you have illnesses, you should probably be talking to your primary care doctor. But I am a travel professional, and I would like to talk to you about your travel plans and what's going on nowadays. I have been really impressed with my industry. Most cruise lines have a policy where you can get your money refunded if you refund far enough in advance of the cruise. Usually that's like 6 months. Like if you ask for a refund 6 months out, most cruise lines will give you your money back. When you get closer, say 3 months out, many cruise lines, and this is always different, will actually hold back like $250 as a penalty. When you get closer than 3 months, the penalty goes up. The penalty can be 50% of your cruise fee. The penalty can be 75%. And if you try to cancel at the very end, the penalty can be 100% of your cruise. So that's in the contract that you sign when you buy your cruise thing. So the cruise lines have every right to say, I'm sorry this happened. It's not our fault. We're keeping your money. But so far, none of them have said that. I've been really pleased, impressed, and grateful to see all these major cruise lines stepping up to the bat. And what's typical, this is Royal Caribbean's new policy, cruise with confidence. And what they're saying is don't rush to cancel. If you're cruising next week, you need to worry about it. But if you're cruising, the end of this month, sometime in April, maybe even May, don't worry about canceling. We're not going to keep your money. We will give you up to 48 hours, 2 days before we cruise. You can cancel and get all your money back. They're calling it their cruising with confidence plan. And I've seen several other cruise lines kind of picking up that phraseology and that meaning. What this means is that most people are used to needing to cancel way ahead. So if they've got a cruise in April, May, and June, they're looking at that going, ooh, if I don't cancel now, I won't get my money back. So let's go ahead and cancel now. Even though this may all be over next month. This may all be not over, maybe calm, and things may be a little bit closer to normal by April or May or even June. And so they're going, let's cancel now so we get our money back. And what the cruise lines are saying is, we're going to let you keep your reservation. We're still going to give you a refund all the way up to 48 hours before we cruise. So now, it helps them too, of course, because they're keeping the money. But this is really good because nobody really knows what's going to be happening the next week, next month. I mean, every morning I get up and there's more information. And the reason that I'm doing this, and probably will do some more lives as I get more information, is my email box is full. All the cruise lines, all the airlines, all the hotel chains, even some of the rental car places, I'm getting messages from, here's our new policy, here's our updated policy. One company changed the policy 3 times in one day after feedback from the travel agents and feedback from their customers. So I'm trying to keep track of the latest information for you. And what I've done is I decided to put together something for you. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. Now, I'm not a doctor, but I do want to talk a little bit about what's happening in the medical world right now. And this is just from my research from the World Health Organization, the CDC website. These are websites that we can trust, okay? We're past contagion, okay? Contagion is where they try to, or containment, where they try to keep everybody away from it and stop the spread. We kind of didn't do that real well. So it's spreading, it's going to spread. The stage that we're in right now, from what the CDC and WHO are saying in America, and the American government is saying, is we're trying to slow the spread. What's the point of that? If it's going to spread anyway, just let it spread, right? No, because this is not Ebola, all right? We're not all going to die if we catch this virus. In fact, it doesn't have a very high mortality rate, especially in those under 70. However, about 10 to 12% of the people that get this virus are going to be really sick. You know, so 90% of us are going to get it and it's not going to be that big a deal. 10 to 12% of us that get it are going to be really sick. And most of them are going to need to be in the hospital. Now, of that 10 to 15%, 3 to 5% of those are going to need ICU. They're going to need help breathing, okay? They're going to need that ICU treatment. So the benefit in spreading out this virus and having it take longer to get around the country is that it protects our space in our hospitals, because space in hospitals is limited. Space in ICU is limited. Medications and equipment to help people that have trouble breathing is limited. Doctors and nurses get sick too, and the number of those are limited. So the benefit in what the country's trying to do now is slow the spread. That's why you're seeing all these canceled events and stuff. They know that it's too late to stop it, but it isn't too late to slow the spread. And if we slow the spread, then we can protect our capacity of our hospitals, and the people that are really sick can get the care they need. That's the danger if the whole country gets sick at once. Think about the population of our country, even the population of your state. If everybody caught the virus at once and 10% of those people needed the hospital, that would be a problem, okay? So it's not a panic situation, but this is why they're trying to spread it. So back to travel again, since that's my expertise. What I've done is I've correlated all the different links I'm getting from all these travel vendors into a document where you can go, and it's not just going to tell you what's good today, it's going to give you their updated, because it may change tomorrow, it may change tonight. So what I've done is I created a little PDF, and in the PDF, it has a list of websites like the CDC and WHO, and a link right to their sites about the coronavirus. I've also got a list of all the travel vendors where you can go to their site, and it's a link straight to their page that updates their coronavirus policy. So I'd love to give you that, and I don't think it'll be updated because it's a link to pages that will automatically update. You'll have the latest information about your trip, about your travel plans. Should you cancel? Should you not cancel? Should you wait? So these links I think will be valuable to you, and I would love to give it away. And if you have any friends that want it, please share it. You can go to my website, livesonvacation.com. That's livesonvacation.com, livesonvacation.com, and just put your email address in there and I will send you that document. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you feel a little better about what's going on. And if you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear them. Have a great day. Love you. Bye.